Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. So this is one of my most requested videos, I think, of all time, is what in the world do I do to my hair? What is my haircut? I'm gonna break down how I get my dream haircut every time in 5 simple steps. I have literally learned this myself over and over again from experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the sound quality of these clips in the salon. This was definitely my sign that I need to invest in some mini microphones. Anyways, starting with step 1, we are going to find a good hairstylist. Do your research. Find someone who you can trust and stick with them. It sounds dumb, but stalk their social medias. See if they work with clients that look like you, have hair like you, maybe even have hair goals like you do. Also, see if they give those results that you like. See if they've done the haircuts that you want. Once you find them, stick with them. The longer you're with a hairstylist, the more they'll be able to learn about you and about your hair, and also be able to give you exactly what you want. Just the more that they get to know you, the more they're gonna realize, oh, maybe this is what she really means. The more you know someone, that kind of thing. My hairstylist is Antigone. She is at Native Maine in North Carolina. If you guys are ever in the area, I highly suggest her. She's amazing, especially with waves and curls, and she actually is really, really good with color. Not someone who gets color, but she is great at it. I actually took a step away from her and I got a terrible haircut almost a full year ago now, and I regretted it so much because I went to someone who just didn't know me nearly as well and didn't understand what I wanted, and I wish that I hadn't done that. The shape of that haircut just ended up not being what I wanted, and it just wasn't cute. It didn't fit my face, and I think if I would have just stayed with Antigone, I probably would have never done anything like that to my hair. So with that being said, find your cut. That's step number 2. Find your perfect cut. Again, do your research. Come with pictures, videos, anything you can find of hairstyles you like. Go on Pinterest, start, looking up exactly what it is that you may want for your hair. Find people whose hair texture is super similar to yours. Don't go looking for someone who has straight blonde hair and it's super fine when you have really thick, curly, dark hair, something along the lines, or vice versa, Obviously, try and find people who can mimic your hair. It makes it easier for your hairstylist. Treat it like any other haircut. Don't go in without reference pictures. So what is my haircut? This is exactly how my stylist words what my haircut is. It's a little bit wordy, but stay with her. I promise it's worth it.
But yeah, so I would say it's a combination of a face frame haircut, short to long layers inside, a nice blunt perimeter. I like to keep your perimeter as full and blunt as possible, just so that we can keep that beautiful curl and also get that relief. So that would be what I would say.
Okay.
But that's a great question. Dang.
I know.
That's a great question.
Okay. While I was editing this, I realized that I probably could explain something a little bit better. So I want to take a look at this photograph again, and I'm going to explain my haircut just a little bit more in depth, just in case you didn't fully understand, because that is the main question, what do I do for my haircut? So I do an in-between of this photo here, like on this side, what she's gotten done is most likely a dry curly cut, which has a lot of layers and also causes the bottom of your hair to be quite a bit thinner than the top, because they're putting all of that weight at the top to make sure that it stays that nice round shape. As pretty as that is, I kind of had that done. That was that image that I showed you in the beginning that I really didn't like. It was pretty, but it just overall wasn't the typical haircut that I really like. I don't like having my ends that small, as well as if I wore it in a braid or if I wore it up in a bun. Basically just like it was really tiny at the bottom of my braid. There was a lot of layers, so it was really crazy. And I'm sure that there's a way that you can get that haircut done very beautifully and a little bit softer. However, it was just too much for me. So I like something in between this one and the before picture. I don't want my head to look like a triangle when it's dry, because if you do keep the really, really blunt ends, your hair is just as thick as it is up here as it is down here. And a lot of women, we tend to have a little bit less volume happening up here compared to down here. So you will kind of take this like triangle shape, and you obviously don't want that either. So I kind of like something in between. I do get layers. I make sure that it has that U-shaped cut whenever you look at the, I don't know if it's gonna show as much right now because it's not fully dry, but there should be a like U shape happening. I like that. Don't mind my outfit, it's cold in this office. So I like a U shape to my curly haircut, and that's kind of just what I wanted to specify. I also have a few face framing pieces. I do have my hair parted over to the side, but when I get it cut, I do go down the middle just because that's usually how I wear it. And yeah, I'm excited for it to get a much much longer because I prefer my hair long. But since I got that cut that I really just didn't like, it is taking a really long time to get rid of a lot of the layers that stylist put in, and a lot of the extra texture she put in my hair. Don't know why she did that. But again, this is also, I wear my hair straight for modeling jobs, or if I just like to wear it myself. So it's not always going to be curly, so you kind of have to pick and choose what haircut you're going to do. If you do wear curly all the time, do a curly cut. I'm sure that you will most likely like it. Make sure that you're finding plenty of pictures and know that they're gonna do crazy layers, okay? Like, they're gonna do some crazy layers. But if you wear it curly all the time and you wear it down and you really care about the shape, go for it. But if you do, I'm out of breath, if you do wear it straight or have a lot of updos or downs, or, you know, just if you wear your hair in a lot of different ways and you're not just wearing it down in one very specific way, maybe consider doing an in-between cut. That's where she was saying I do a combination of cuts on you. I know that was a little bit of confusing, but she's basically saying I don't do a full curly cut on you, but I also do a lot of short to long layers to make sure that the back of your head is full. And then we also keep a blunt perimeter around the bottom of your hair, but also making sure that it's kind of that U shape so that it's not a square, because we don't want a square. But we also don't want my ends to be super thin and fragile, because if I do straighten my hair, all of a sudden it's like really thick up here, and then it makes it look like I have the most terrible ends possible. So she has just kind of found a haircut that really works well for me. And I think that's a good base for you to start off on. Always bring in pictures, that kind of thing. I don't know, I just wanted to clear that up because I was editing this video and I was like, I don't know if this is making sense or not. And I wanted to make sure you guys fully understood my haircut, because that is the whole point of this video. Obviously, I'm leaning into other issues around getting your haircut. You gotta stand up for yourself and so on. But the main thing was, what in the world does she do to her hair? So I hope that answers some questions. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments and I will try and explain further. But I hope that that breaks it up a little. Also, with coming into a new hairstylist, come in with your hair curly. Use your products, use however you would normally style your hair, because especially if it's someone new, you want them to see exactly what your hair is doing. You don't want to have to sit there and explain and show them pictures. It's so much easier for your stylist if they can just get their hands in your hair and really see what it is you're talking about. You all of a sudden have these layers on top that won't curl, or your layers underneath don't curl. Let them see that. Let them put their hands on it. Let them get that first real touch of it, rather than coming in with your hair in a bun or in a ponytail where your curls aren't going to be showing how they would on a daily basis. It just makes their lives so much easier, and in turn, they're gonna be nicer to you and they're gonna want you to come back in. Step 3, be picky, be specific. If you're like me, then you're gonna get the worst haircut ever, and you're gonna tell the stylist that you are so freaking happy and then go home and just cry insane tears. So trust me, it's not worth any of your tears. We gotta woman up and just say how you're feeling. If something isn't right, call it out. Of course, be kind, but also just be assertive. It's your hair. At the end of the day, you are paying the stylist, and they do want your opinion to be spoken. They want to know exactly how you're feeling. So be a little picky. And if that doesn't work for the hairstylist, maybe they're not the right hairstylist for you. But at the end of the day, again, remember, it's your dollar being paid for this, so you want to make sure that the haircut you're getting is exactly what it is that you're wanting. Step number 4 is going to be consistent with your haircuts. Even if it's just a trim, you want to make sure that you're going in routinely. My hair grows quite fast, so I go in every 6 weeks or so, but depending on your hair, it may be longer or shorter. And always just ask your hairstylist if you're ever in doubt. And the more that you go and talk to them and, go and see them, the more they're going to be able to realize, oh, this is what her hair needs. Her hair grows really fast. Come in this way, come in that way. But I just want to say, be consistent with your haircuts, because nothing happens overnight. If you're trying to get rid of damage, or you're trying to go curly for the first time in your life, or anything, just like your skin, just like anything else in your life, it's not going to be some miracle that happens overnight. You do need to be consistent, and it may take a full year of getting your haircuts and trims that causes your hair to be its healthiest possible. So regular trims do encourage your hair to grow in the right direction, and it maintains nice texture and length. Split ends are not going to be our problem this year, not in 2024. And do trims help your hair grow faster? Well, no, that's a myth, but it does grow your hair back healthier each time, which is even more important in my opinion. Why have long hair if it's going to be full of split ends and look so scraggly on the bottom? You don't want that. Last and final step number 5, do understand the way that your hairstylist will style your hair at the end of your haircut may not be the way that you would. So go home, shower, and style it yourself and see how your hair truly reacts. I don't know about you, but anytime someone else does my curls, even if they do my exact curly routine, my curls will never look as good as when I do them myself. My hair is just partial to me, I guess. I don't know. So I do get my hair blown out because it's fun, and also I love the way that she straightens and curls my hair, but it also lets me know that each hair looks good straight. It's all cut, you know, nice and clean, which is really, really important for me. So lastly, just to round this up, I will say it is just hair. It grows back. As someone who has had a few awful haircuts, it is going to be okay, and it may take a little while to find the perfect hairstylist or to find your perfect curly cut and just figure out what it is that you want to do, but do not get discouraged. Just keep trying, and it's okay. Your hair will always grow back. So I do think that it's completely worth the risk. I think that it's worth finding someone. I learned so much in all of my journey of trying to find the perfect hairstylist. So just hang in there. It's definitely worth it. You will get the hang of it, and your curls are going to look so beautiful no matter what. I guarantee your hair is just always going to be beautiful. Love your curls. Yay! So y'all, that is basically everything you need to know, I guess, about what I go into for my haircuts. And if I didn't say it before, I don't know if I did, but I go to Native Maine in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I talk to Antigone. Antigone is my hairstylist. I absolutely love her. I've been going to her for a little while. Honestly, I think we were kind of talking about it, but it's just so important to find a hairstylist that you like and you stick to it, and that's honestly what's going to bring you the best results for your hair. Take it from someone who messed that up and went to a hairstylist brand new after she had found this amazing Antigone, and lo and behold, my hair is messed up and we're still working through it. But honestly, we're getting to the point where you can barely even tell, and I love the way she does my hair, and it's always so fun to come in and just see her because she's amazing. So if you guys are in North Carolina and you're anywhere near Greensboro, I highly, highly suggest, like if you're a curly girl, or even if you're not, if you dye your hair a lot, that's like her specialty is hair dye. So I mean, if you guys are interested, I think you should definitely check Antigone out. I absolutely love her. So yeah, Native Maine and Greensboro, honestly, the entire salon, everyone there, it just seems like they're absolutely amazing. They're an amazing team, and I love being in there. They're super trendy and fun, cute, and everyone there's so happy, and it's just a fun time, and I highly suggest going in. I make the drive from Raleigh every single time, so I make like almost an hour and 30-minute drive just to get my hair cut, and I heard some people say that's absolutely extreme and that's crazy, but I think it's completely worth it when I come out exactly how I want my hair. You know, like I get it every time exactly how I want it. So when you find someone you like, you gotta keep going to them. If I ever moved away from this, like from this state, I think I would cry because I don't want to start over. I may even just like drive to come see her. I don't know. Once you find someone you like, it's hard to get rid of them. Okay, I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna go get some lunch, but that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I don't know, leave any comments or questions down below. I will try and answer as many as I can. And yeah, that's it. Hugs, kisses, love you. Bye-bye.